Hello, hi everyone. This is Leimomi Keliikuli, Intuitive Soul Alignment Coach here. And so I am here on my LeimomiTV, and I wanted to share with you guys some new insights and new updates and information about how to get really into soul alignment and business alignment. So if you're just jumping on in, just say hello, just so you know that, just so I know that you are listening in. And I'm going to be, checking between my computer here and also my Facebook group that I have to my left. So if you guys have like anything that you are, been struggling with, or that you want more clarity about, for sure, this is the time that you can ask me your questions, but also, start to find ways of getting into alignment of, what you truly desire. So I just wanted to check and make sure that everybody is listening in, and also I wanted to make sure that you guys can see me on the screen. So let me just introduce myself. I'm Leimomi Keliikuli, I'm Intuitive Soul Alignment Coach, and I basically help my soul, my soulmate clients to align to what they are at soul level, and to give them all the different tools and methods that's going to help them to really skyrocket in their business. And so I actually have been on this quite of a journey of really trying to understand what everyone is at soul level, so that I can create the tools and the methods and things that really help my clients to take that step that they probably wouldn't have done otherwise, right? So what I actually wanted to talk about has a lot to do with your psychic gifts. And I found it really correlates with each other. So if you're just listening in, just say hi, or, like give a little like, or what do you call those, like little hearts or anything. And if you find that this is really helpful, please do share with people, because I am continuously creating these new program and methods to help all of you guys to understand your alignment. So today's topic is going to be about, why not getting visible or getting on more of like media opportunities will actually set you up, to where your business can fail. And usually we say that within the first 2 years, it's so important to really get clear on who you are, what you do, who you serve, and really niche down and get your message out there. A lot of businesses don't last the first 2 years, and if they do, it's kind of like a side job. It's really not really fully, like helping that person to evolve and get the freedom lifestyle that they're actually wanting. So I'm talking about it in the aspect of, this expansion. And then why is that actually really related to your highest psychic gifts archetype system, and how you're going to be able to get yourself out there. So I'm just going to explain to you, in terms of how it's related to your ego and your soul, and how it relates to your soul's evolution and all of that. So what I've found is over the past, I think 3 or 4 months, I've been really exploring it, and doing this with my group programs, and it was like sold out very quickly, because it was very aligned to my people's pain points. So I'm really well aware of all the things that in my messaging and all the things that people really need. And what I have found is the first step is learning how to live in alignment with what your soul is designed to do has a lot to do with manifestation. And it has to do with creating from the heart. So my first 14-day program, I created this soul-aligned manifestation method, which was basically a method to help you to, take those aligned actions in your life and your business, so that you can basically manifest whatever you desire. Then after we went through that program, then I created this 30-day program that was all about getting in alignment in the same kind of way, but like expanding even more in terms of like awakening your higher psychic gifts. And so today I'm going to kind of explain about that part and why that is kind of correlated to being visible and doing more outreach and being more out there, like, you know, getting on media opportunities and stuff like that. So usually when we start to create from the heart, that is where our primary gift comes from. It comes from the heart chakra. So once you've allowed yourself to, you know, start doing it in the direction that's aligned to your soul and you're doing what you want, then the next level would be obviously to open up your third eye, to open up your higher psychic gifts, so that this expansive you can start to become, you know, in fruition, right? To come into your living being. And so a lot of the things that I've learned over, you know, doing manifestation courses on other people's stuff, to like other business strategies and all that kind of things, I found that the strategy is something that comes like after you get into this alignment to your soul, which is in your heart chakra, then your third eye, and then into your sacral. And the sacral is where you're gonna, you know, act. You're gonna do things. You're gonna share your tools. You're gonna figure out the many different ways of how you're gonna help your audience, right? And so what I found is a lot of people are using either their, you know, second or their third gifts, and they're not really aligning to their main gift, their main primary gift. And so what we end up doing is we spend a lot of time in our head and a lot of time in our third eye. And it's good that you are using, you know, your higher psychic gifts this way, but usually you're not aligning to the right type of gift. Like for example, let's say that you are a soul that's all about, you know, empowerment, empowering people, right? And so you're very inspiring and you help people to get off of their butt and create what they want, right? And so like, let's say that you started to add an extra tool that actually is another kind of gift, like Reiki or NLP. What else is there? Using Akashic Records and all of these other tools that seem like it can be good to add as a benefit to your energy, which is divine power or alignment, right? In terms of helping people to manifest in alignment. If you start doing the gifts of those different tools, like I just said, for that's not related to manifestation or intuition, where you're really using, right, the mindset stuff, usually that doesn't translate to helping your people because it seems like it could help, right? So like, let's say, you know, you start doing hands-on healing and Reiki in person with people. But, you know, your gift is about empowering them and you never ever talk to them and you never ever like explain about how they can get, and you know, into their power to make choices that's aligned to them and all of that, right? That's aligned to you, but then you start doing things that are more offline or that is more, let's say, in person. And, you know, you don't really like to do that. You don't even like doing massage, but then you have like, you know, massage certification. And so like you end up like doing the tool that, you know, you thought would have helped yourself and other people, but instead, you know, you just basically misaligned yourself from really what your higher psychic gifts, which could be so much more deeper than that. So everybody has a different kind of higher psychic gifts archetype. I've created this higher psychic gift system where I basically can pinpoint and help you to find out exactly what your main psychic gifts are, because that's truly related to not only the tools, but it's related to how you step and go out there. And this clarity, believe me, this clarity of just knowing your soul, like your higher psychic gifts, what they actually do and how they serve your main divine gift, right, which comes from the heart chakra, it's going to be so much more easier if you are aligning to that archetype. And that archetype really has to do with why you're not being visible enough, why you're not getting more media opportunities, because that expansion right? If you were able to get in other people's audiences that maybe were in other masterminds, or they were, because anyways, aligned to your higher psychic gifts, you would see a huge difference in like the amount of flow of traffic that may be coming to you because of you showing up that way. And I see this time and time again with my clients is they're doing parts of what their soul is, but they're not allowing that part to be like highlighted. And not only that, that's why they're not doing outreach. They're not going after these different opportunities, right? And by the way, media opportunities, sometimes they come along, but most of the time, if you really, really want to get on a good media opportunity, you have to go and pitch yourself. You have to go out there and talk to those people, right, who, you know, the publishers or the hosts or those kind of things. Like, you have to go out there. And if it's not strategic towards your main higher psychic gifts, and it's not aligned to your own main gift, then this misalignment is going to cause a lot of issues in your money flow. And this is the end product, obviously, is the transformation. And the transformation you're going to get and your people are going to get is either going to be in alignment or not. And if you're not aligned to that higher psychic gifts, or you're not aligned to your own soul's nature, right, and aligned to your manifesting blueprints, your main biz model is going to feel, how do I say it? It's just not going to feel aligned to your people to come and reach out to you, basically, right? So I found that every single main divine gift is deeply related to the higher psychic gift, that archetype that I'm talking about. And when you're really aligned to that part, everything is just going to start to flow much more faster and in epic time, because you're showing up truly as your own unique gift, right? So I can see that, oh, if you guys, you know, you're really liking this or anything, please do share and, you know, just say hi so that I know that you're listening, because it doesn't really show who's listening. I can only see maybe a number. It's nice to, you know, get some engagement too, if you guys could share with me what you're learning or what you're experiencing, what you're thinking. Okay, so anyway, back to what I was saying. So remember, the major chakras, the major heart, the third eye, and the sacral, they're really related to how you can show up in your life and your business. Hi, Morla. See, it's so key if you are aligning to that unique gift, those unique gifts, and you're doing that every single day, you know, how much faster, you know, media opportunities will come, and more visibility, more people following you, right? More abundance and more flow. So number one, your higher psychic gifts really actually tells you how you really do outreach, okay? That is really, really aligned to your soul. So like I kind of gave that example, right? If your energy is more like love, like me, like being around in people who are much more loving space, right? That understands sacred space and peace, and let's see, that, you know, are all about embracing the whole, right? If you go out and do media opportunities on those type of media, you will notice that that kind of right people will start to follow you. And then of course, once they start following you, they see your material, and then they want to become your clients, right? So like, let's say if I went out and, you know, went to other maybe entrepreneur type of podcast or stuff that's really, really heavy duty marketing and strategy. And I go in there and I talk about the soul, and I talk about, yeah, you can market your soul by using your soul words, and, you know, all of these kind of like spiritual stuff that they don't have, like their audience doesn't have a frame of reference of what you're talking about. You're going to kind of look dumb in a sense, like they're just not vibrating the same language, right? And so that's the difference. It's like, if you know what you are at soul level, this is the kind of stuff that you should go out there that's going to be more aligned to you, that's going to call in the more ideal people, because you're going to have that clarity and you're going to use your psychic gifts and your abilities, right, for a bigger purpose. And it's going to be so much easier because you're not going to do those different gifts like I just explained to you, right? You can be all about empowering people, and then your other part of your business is you're doing massage therapy. Like, how are you going to empower people if you're doing massage and you're not even talking to them? Because usually if you are very inspiring and, you know, empowering, you should be speaking on stage, writing books, you know, like being a leader, right? Do you see like massage therapists and like leaders doing that? Not necessarily, right? So this is what I think has been causing a lot of people a lot of pain. It's because they enroll in all of these different courses, enroll in all of these kind of certifications, enroll in all of these kind of things that is going to help their gifts, right? And they're just collecting all this research and all this data to kind of almost prove to themselves that they trust themselves, that they can actually go out in there and, you know, get more into helping people this way. Do you see what I'm saying? It just doesn't translate well. Hi, Mina. So you see, your higher psychic gifts have a huge purpose. Your soul main primary gifts has a huge purpose. Your tools have a huge purpose. And if it's all not aligned, your people are going to feel it. Nobody's going to buy. Okay? No matter how much you do readings, tarot card readings, or whatever like you throw out there, it will never really bite to the core of the issues that your people need, because they are coming to you, right? They're coming to you for your soul's energy, your energetic signature. So because they have that issue that they're trying to deal with, okay? And if you're not delivering that to them, they're going to feel the misalignment. They don't even know what to do with it. And they get misaligned by your information because it doesn't resonate to their soul, and it doesn't resonate with your soul either. So this is what I'm seeing going on, is so many people misaligning each other because they think their gift is like this. They think that their psychic gift is like this, you know, and so many communication issues and all of that. And that's all deeply related, again, to why you're not being completely visible to, right? If you are doing something that you can talk all day about, that you're super passionate about, then, you know, like, you're going to show up much more differently than if you talk about a subject that doesn't really light you up, right? Same concept. So I've learned really well that if it's not aligned to you, don't try it, okay? If it doesn't feel right, there's a good reason it doesn't feel right. And you have to go look at, why are you experiencing all of these different struggles, okay? The pains and things that you're in, the painful experiences that you're experiencing, because you can see that actually it's really deeply related to your soul and how aligned you are to your soul. This is why I teach soul alignment, is because this is the core of everything else you do. Soul alignment, business alignment, mindset, success mindset, you know, getting visible, getting your message out there, you know, getting known in your industry, like what I'm talking about right now. And then comes all the other extra stuff, right? Which is the strategy, the systems, the processes, and all these different things that's going to create passive income and all of those things that's necessary, right, for you to sustain yourself. So, but you really need to go back within, right? And knowing your higher psychic gifts archetype is going to really like fine tune that for you. Because again, it tells you what outreach to do, how to get out there, number one, that's more aligned to you. And you will be able to, you know, start to step into your soul aligned leadership role. Like, you're going to start to, like, just be a leader in your industry, be an expert in what you do. And people are going to recognize it, like, wow, okay, she's really good at talking about marketing. She's really good about, you know, delivering the message from source, or using tarot cards or whatever it is that you're using, right? Or she's a really, really good business coach and she is good about helping people in Facebook groups or things like that. You actually niche down as soon as you kind of experiment, right, with your people, and you expand your ability of how much people you can reach. So it's deeply, deeply, like I said, related to how you, how much you get out there, and you're getting out there for media opportunities. If you don't get out there, obviously over time, you're going to kind of dilute either your message, or you're going to end up with, you know, people that just doesn't have money or doesn't really align to, you know, you at all. They're not your ideal clients. Or you're going to end up like, you know, saturated, right? Like just, you don't have new people coming in, right? So if you're not having new people come in that are really, really aligned to you, then it's probably because you're not really expanding your psychic gifts and expanding your ability to, you know, impact more people. Like, for example, you know, Facebook is just one kind of social media. There's forums, there's, you know, Twitter, there's Pinterest, and they all have a different audience. So you really, really need to find the right platforms according to the way your soul likes to do it. So as you see, like me being on video, creating a TV show, right, is totally in alignment to me because everybody needs to experience my presence. And the more that they do, the more they understand about not just whatever I'm talking about, but they understand what they are at soul level, because that's what I give people, is I give them the ability to come back within themselves to know what their soul gifts is, right? Whatever they have separated, whatever that they have disowned, I can help them deal with the pain. That's what's aligned to me. But if somebody who maybe is like divine compassion or some other kind of gift that really, really does not do well on video, it's not going to translate really well, they should not create a TV show, right? Maybe they should create a podcast, or they should get on Pinterest, you know, because they like making memes or things like that. Every type of soul has their own unique way it wants to show up. And once you start showing up from what your soul is, right, you're going to see that people respond much more quicker. And people are going to, you know, get awakenings much more quicker too. They will get to the transformation much more quicker than if you try and do like all these different other platforms. It's just not aligned to you. And you're going to feel it too, by the way. I know you're probably feeling it. Otherwise, you're not. Then this is the reason you're listening to me, right? Because just something is not right. You know, you're trying to get out there, but it's not working, or you are, but you know, you're not able to really fine tune it because again, you don't know, well, how does that translate for me to feel really expansive, right? So once you know your archetype, right, then you can start acting and stepping into your soul line leadership role. And what I mean by that is your unique divine gift, right? Then your tribe will automatically like just find it much more easier to like relate to you. And this is the key. People want to talk to people, right? They don't want to talk to your assistant. They don't want to know like what kind of things you do in the background. They want to know how you are going to help them. So if you can engage with people every day, okay, this is why I create my TV show, because I want to engage with all of you guys every day so that you can start to uncover what it is that you need to work towards. And I'm not doing it just because, you know, I like getting on video, but I do like that actually. But it's because I truly believe that you can figure it out yourself by me like pointing it out, what the pain is. Because in that pain, that is where you can start to really, really awaken and reevaluate all the things that are missing in your life, right? But see, that's aligned to me. If you start to do the way that I'm doing, it's not going to translate very well if that's not aligned to your unique gift, right? So you'll find it much more quicker, right, to relate to your audience, and they are going to be grabbed into whatever you're offering, because obviously you're giving so much value, you're showing up consistently, you are, yeah, getting on bigger things that you your outreach is getting better, you're getting on bigger media opportunities, all of these different things that you do need to go after, by the way. No matter what level in your business, it's always good to do outreach. And what I mean is like go in other people's audiences, talk to people who are really good in their industry, right? And how can you leverage from that? Because they have their audience, you have your audience, and if there's a win-win, right, where you both relate in the same way, both of your people could get so much more value, right? So your tribe will actually find you much more quicker, right? And if you do it right, okay, if you do it right, you do your target messaging right, the volume that you're going to get is going to be insane. So it's like the difference of, every day, right, you're doing this usual consistent showing up thing, which maybe you get 10 people. But if you get it in the bigger opportunity, then like one time you get into somebody else's audience that is like 15,000 people. What's the conversion rate, right? If you go out there and you bring your message out to them and you give value, you could at least get 1 or 2 good clients because it's so aligned to your expertise and they already see you as an expert. So obviously it's an easier sell. Do you see what I'm saying? But what we're actually trying to do is we're using all these different tools and our psychic gifts and trying to like cram ourselves into this different way. And then it gets so diluted, like our messaging gets so diluted. But if you go out there, you get into that 10,000, 15,000 people audience, how much more people are you going to impact? Maybe 100 people are listening that day, right? And they're downloading it, they're getting the message, they're getting clarity. So always you need to think bigger. You always need to think, am I really serving my people, right? Or am I just, staying in my small cage because that's just all I know? And I'll tell you, like, the more you get out there and you align to your psychic gifts this way, the easier it is to make money, to make money that's aligned to your soul. Okay, this is why I keep talking about monetizing your divine gifts, because that is just the end product. That is where you shine, where you get the extra value, right? So you get the freedom, the time freedom that you may be needing because you're not like looking at whatever you got to pay for the next bill. Okay. Moses, kind of watch and learn, right? Yes, totally. You're watching and learning as you go, but you got to remember that your soul has its own unique way that it shows up. Okay. And if you can downpack that and you show up like that every day and you pick that right platform, it's going to be way more impactful than you being in like 10 different social media, right? Or wherever you market yourself. Why not be really good at 1 or 2 or 3 at most, right? Places. And the easiest way, obviously, is going to be when it's aligned to your soul. Okay. So I wanted to explain again, how is that related to your psychic gifts? As you can see, the way that I talk about it, how it relates to what you are at soul level and your gifts, right? But I also got to translate it into something bigger, because your business, like I said, is always, if it's alignment to you, the business is the creation. It's like the end product. So when you align to what you are at soul level, which has a lot to do with self-love, and you're aligned to your higher psychic gifts, right, which is you're in your power, you're empowering, you're inspiring people, right, to take the right action towards whatever they are at soul level. And then you create, you're in your creation, and you create all those tools and all those different means to help them to, realize something about their creativity, about, creating a business aligned to them. Every one of our gifts, we have that capability, but you have to understand how they flow all together. And knowing your archetype, your highest psychic gifts archetype is so much faster. I'm showing you guys the fastest way because, by the way, like I've done so many different courses and strategies and so many different things, and it always like it was an alignment, but was not the right thing because it never came from me. It never came from my tools and my own experiences. So what I want to say to you guys is, yeah, there's information out there, and yeah, there's amazing stuff that can help you, but you are the one that has to do the discernment, that has to know whether that's an integrity for you, and that's going to get you from where you are to where you want to go. Okay? And that's what every coach does, or any good coach does. They see where you are and where you want to go. And they can actually take you to where you want to go. But you need to get so much clear about who you are at soul level. What kind of business is that going to look like? What is the business model going to look like? And then once you've got that, then everything else will need to going to flow with it, right? Obviously. So I always draw my person, because everything I talk about is always related to the chakra. If you notice, when you awaken your higher psychic gifts and you get really in alignment to your own unique message, your own unique truth, you have to remember that the parts of what people need to experience, right? Like right now, you guys are experiencing something, right? You're experiencing listening to what I can share of my unique perspective and self-expression. So if you can offer that self-expression, what you're actually doing is you're utilizing your sixth chakra. And you're utilizing, which usually, by the way, is your higher psychic gifts. This is where your like higher psychic gifts comes to play. Psychic. It's really related to the sixth chakra. And when you're in that alignment to your archetype, your own unique way that your soul, expresses its abilities, its expansive nature, its outreach, its and by the way, this is why I do grid work, because that's an alignment directly to my gift of divine love. If I choose to do something different that's not really in alignment in that way, which is about holding sacred space or living in alignment and all these kind of things, it won't translate well. Okay? Because your higher psychic gifts is so unique to you, and it also is very much has a lot to do with your main gift here, which really comes from your heart chakra. Okay? Your sixth chakra, right? Your fourth chakra, your heart chakra. And this is where all of your ability of manifestation really happens. Manifestation. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see that. Which has everything to do with your desires. So once you learn how to use your heart chakra, and then you expand, and this is where your outreach comes in, right? Where you expand your abilities and your audience, and they hear from you from a higher perspective, of what you share. And some people that's writing books, some people it's making movies, some people that's about singing, right? Some people they're a spiritual teacher. Some people let's see, what else of psychic gifts are there? They create masterminds, or they're amazing business coaches, right? When I talk about your psychic gifts, I'm not only talking about you do readings for people, okay? Not just that. You're using a type of form of expression. It's like the outcome of the expression, right? So when you've got all the material and all of the outreach that's truly in alignment to you, and you're using your higher psychic gifts, it's going to make it so much easier to create the manifestations, which, by the way, manifestations come from the heart chakra. If you do it from the head, it's going to create polarity. It's going to create more negative than positive. As soon as you create a positive, it's also going to create more bills, right? As soon as you make more money, it creates more expenses. That's when you're creating from the brain. It never ever translates into, your alignment. So you have to remember that it has to come directly from the heart chakra, and it has to come from your desire. Then once your heart and your head, you could say, right, is communicating really well, then this is when you really need to strengthen your grounded abilities and your tools, right? So this is going to be your second chakra, right? Which has a lot to do, this pen doesn't work really well. Yeah, that has a lot to do with all the different methods or the tools, that's really, really aligned to you. And basically it's the transformation, it's like the outcome. Methods or outcome. Okay, that pen is not working. Outcome. So those methods and outcome, they always, will create abundance if it is aligned that way, right? You go straight from the heart, you get expansive, you create that that resonance, right? You could say you attract that resonance. Then you give the those ultimate transformations, right? And then you get the tangible experiences that's going to help your people to get to their next levels, right? But if you're doing, like I said, the methods, and you're not really clear about your higher psychic gifts, and you're just doing, I'll just do whatever I want, and I'm not sure, right? There's no clarity, there's no ability to, get more out there, right? And then there's also not your ability to create. You're not in your creation. It's not coming into fruition, you could say, right? You don't have the right membership site. You don't have whatever the thing is, right? It needs to be in that alignment, okay? So I want you to think about, where in your psychic gifts, where are you using your higher abilities? And if you're not, why not? Why are you not completely showing up here? And why you're not completely being clear about who you are, what you want, right? And why are you just using different kinds of methods or strategies or tools or whatever the outcome is for people? Because that never ever translates to people wanting to buy from you. Do you see what I'm saying? And I've said that before, like you're doing it ass backwards. You're doing it non-alignment from directly what your gift is about, your main gift is about. And once you've got this clarity here, I can tell you, this is the secret of getting those amazing downloads and those amazing awakenings, and it goes straight, right, into creation. And your heart and your soul and everything just lines up. So when it lines up, those moments where you're like, yeah, this is it, I know what I'm doing, right? And you've got all the methods and systems and everything. That feeling is because you got clarity, right, in that deeper connection, because you know that was aligned to you. That was so aligned to you. So then you just do it. You take the action. Then you create the transformation, which creates money and creates, your ability to help more people. So, I missed all of your comments. Mo says, yeah, I love your style. Oh, thank you. So glad I found you through Brandy's Summit. Oh yes, I share so much of this stuff. Like you can go in my YouTube channel. By the way, everybody, you can go into my YouTube channel. I have hundreds of videos of this kind of information. And later on, it's going to be in my membership site. But this is the amazing stuff that you're going to get for now. And this is where I connect with my people through my TV show here. Dee says, great stuff. Thank you. Hi, Cara. Was wondering who said hi. Yeah, it's Dee. Dee was saying hi. Okay, so how are you guys feeling about that? Is that making sense? How is that all related? And if you missed the beginning part, because I've already been talking like for maybe 15 minutes, go listen to the replay, because I told you so much amazing, valuable information about how going out there and getting a medium, like I said, could be really making your business fail very quickly, and how that's deeply related to your higher psychic gifts archetype. And so I created this soul line manifestation method and this higher psychic gifts system that's going to help you to fine-tune your abilities, right? So that you can actually show up and, be in your most expansive nature. Most people are not operating in their expansive nature because they just are using those tools, right? Those different methods that they think that are aligned to them, but it's not. I can see very, very clearly, but if I look you up in your Akashic records, and then I go and find out what your actual main divine gifts are, your second and your third gifts, I can pretty much pinpoint what your higher psychic gifts is. And so when you start to actually align to it and you do it, my gosh, like it's going to be the difference between, like I think Dee has a good experience about this too. Like when she started to write her book, do speaking engagement, like all of that stuff, right? The methods, the outcome was really, really in alignment to her. And because she used her abilities and also, came from the heart space, and everything really, really shifted into abundance. Of course, it's trial and error. I know that, right, Dee? But it really does, make it easier. So good. It really reinforces my confidence in my soul's gifts. Yeah. When you get really, really confident in your soul's gifts, you just start acting with clarity. Like you don't think, you just like, yep, that's what I'm doing. This is how I want to show up for my people. Most said, I've never ever heard a coach talk about chakras. It's so exciting for me. We are aligned. Girl, I talk about chakras and esoteric things all the time. That's part of what I talk about inside of my, when we talk about like initiating you from being source to, all of those different things that's esoteric in nature. I talk about the spirituality and the business and how everything is all correlated with each other and how to balance that. Because you cannot create a business that has nothing to do with your spiritual nature. It just doesn't make sense to me, right? It has to be aligned to you. Totally, totally. Dee says, yay, it was so good. Totally put me in the focus on the right, I guess you're going to say right direction. Well, since I know, I was so flipping happy. Yeah, I'm a rare gem, that's for sure. I share both perspectives because I believe that you cannot not have one or the other. And when I did that, by the way, when I went really, really esoteric and I talked about all this spiritual knowledge and the spiritual principles, yeah, I felt good. But then I was like, wait, this is kind of like, how does this relate to what we're going to do in everyday life, right? And it's really hard to ground if you don't have something more practical. And your business does that. There's something about doing what you love and, creating money in the means, the freedom, right, that you get in your business. When you've got that, like, in order, you obviously can get more spiritual if you want, right? Or if you're more in the business and you're really, really good in your business, right? Maybe you're just a business coach and you're not woo-woo at all, then you're going to feel really not good because you're like, something is missing. I don't know what's wrong. I don't feel really good, right? Because you don't have your spiritual and your business, and they all are so related to each other. And this is what I talk about on my show here. It's just I continuously talk about how does it relate to chakras and the energetics of everything? And this is just by me like thinking about how that related to my type of gift, which is I help you to see what parts of your soul that you're not integrating, that you're disowning, that you're not allowing yourself to be expressed. And so when you start expressing it, confidence just is off the hook. You know, you trust yourself more. You just start stepping into your leadership, right? Automatically, I've seen my clients go from like, I don't know what the heck I'm doing, to like they're getting out there and they're getting on big media opportunities. And I didn't tell them to do that. They just went flying because it was just what they truly wanted, but they never went after it because they didn't know who the heck they were at soul level. So you see how important it is that your soul is the center of everything you do, right? It's getting in touch with that part is the core, and then everything else comes with it, right? If you saw my picture, right, where I have the little, it's my pareo, it's the Hawaiian wrap, like you see me hold it behind me. That's truly what alignment feels like. That's what flow feels like. You come first, you step into your leadership. This is me, and everything else, my abundance is coming. And when you own that, I'm telling you, like, abundance galore does happen for sure. Like I believe that, and that is so true. So Dee says, right path the right way. Yes, definitely step into my strength now. I know, right? Like you just stepping into your and trusting your ability to get out there and do what you love, right? Okay. Anyway, anybody else have any other questions? Otherwise, then I think we're done. Like I said, I've created these amazing programs for you that's aligned to my audience. And one of the biggest things that I've noticed is first, like I said, get in alignment with what you are at soul level, right? Manifest from the heart. That's why I created my 14-day program. The next program that you guys can join is my 30-day program that's about your higher psychic gifts here. And I give you your soul's blueprints, manifesting blueprints, and we're going to use that to get in alignment with your higher psychic gifts archetype, which I'll tell you what it is. Then what you do in my program is you just take aligned action towards your blueprints, towards where you're at soul level, so that you're just, like operating in this outreach that I'm talking about. And that's what we focus on, is like growing your ability to, show up this way, but also, get out there and do outreach. So the program is all designed that way. And then also, that's going to be, we're going to start the next round February 6th. So if you guys are wanting to know about like, well, how does that higher psychic gifts archetype going to translate into me being more, visible in my business? That's like the best program ever. So aligned for you guys, and amazing manifestations people had in just 30 days, including my 14-day program. So if you guys are interested in that, please go to my website. And again, if you guys like what I shared today, please do share this on your newsfeed. You can go to my website there, LeimomiKeliikuli.com, which is my name.com. And on there, it has the 30-day program that I'm talking about. And also the next big program, if you really want your whole life to upgrade and to change your entire life, then take my 10-month program. It's basically, we are not only doing that, right, getting alignment to what you're at solo, but we're going to actually up-level all of your 10 life areas in 10 months. So your business, your finances, your JV partnerships, your affiliates, your getting this media opportunity, outreach, all of your life areas, okay? And you're gonna start to take aligned action. I'm gonna teach you from A to Z, okay? From how you're gonna get from where you are, which is usually misaligned, don't know who you are at soul level, right? All the way to what I just talked about, manifesting everything that you desire, all the way to activating your higher psychic gifts, to becoming source, right? Being the embodiment of source, being the embodiment of God, and really growing your people, right, and impacting more. My goal in the program is to certify you to be a soul line leader. And not only that, you're going to learn about how to use the Akashic Records as your tool, right, on how you can clear any of your blockages. And also you can do that on other people. So within that 10-month program, you get so much clarity. And you're also going to, be in my insiders group that's going to allow you to change your entire life in 10 months. And by the way, 10 months with me, this is what I have found is even just 1 month with me, like your whole 1 year changes. I've had people who are totally blocked to they were able to move out of their 9-to-5 job, to going full-time into their business, to creating a business that really is aligned to them, like all in like 6 months. And that is just because they totally get into alignment to who they are, what they are at soul level. But all those changes all happen really organically. I didn't tell them to go do that. It's just it happened. But imagine if I could take you from A to Z, right, where you're getting all of that support for that whole 10 months and you're going to see so many amazing changes that's going to get you to where you want to be and who you want to serve in epic time. So anyway, so that's the next big program that's going to start in June. So if you guys want to join that too, I do have that as an early bird registration. So if you're interested in that, you can just PM message me. Or again, you can look at my website. It's all there on LeimomiKeliikuli.com, or right on the front page. There's all the different programs that I have, but specifically the one that's coming up is the 30-day program of activating your highest psychic gifts, and the other one that's coming up, which is mastering your soul's gifts. Okay, so anyway, if you're not in my Facebook group, please join, because that's where a lot of amazing people that really believe in conscious living and all of the stuff that I'm talking about. You can go to bit.ly/beingalokhi. You can go that way, or you can go right on my business page, and there's a little link that you can click on to join my Facebook group. It's called Soul Alignment Leaders for Conscious Living, if you want to search it. And take my quiz too, my Divine Business Gifts quiz, which gives you clarity about your type of gift. And you also get a video series of like using a pendulum to like how you can really use this to get in alignment, right? To how to get out of the overwhelm and all the chaos and stuff. It's all designed for you to get in alignment really quickly. And it's right there on my website too. So anyway, you guys have a beautiful day. If you have any other questions and you really do want to know more about how you can get help in this with my private programs and my group programs, just, PM message me, reach out to me, and I can see what I can do. All right, well, you guys have a beautiful day. Aloha.